everybody, my name is Boomer Brown and welcome back to Surviving Mars. A thing that I am actually failing to do, if you have watched the last episode. I have elected to launch a second rocket out to the Red Planet and resupply our colony with some much needed resources. Unfortunately, we don't have a water supply, and it's going to make production of fuel pretty difficult. So our rocket is due in the Dragon 2. It is about 10% of the way here, and as you can see, I've decided to bring an RC Explorer because we are unlocking some anomalies on the surface of the planet. I've also brought 2 drones, 2 of these moisture evaporators, a fuel refinery, an extra fuel refinery. I think we can already build them, but if we have a oh yes, we could have built a water extractor if we had found some water. But unfortunately, the area that we have chose to land is parched, and there is no subsurface water. So we are going to have to extract it from the atmosphere, the tenuous atmosphere on that surrounds the planet. It is the middle of the night at the moment, Sol 6, and I am still not entirely sure how to put this drone on autopilot. No, we're going to get you to unload resources. And no, unload resources. We're going to deselect you. It's a little bit clunky yet. I am incidentally recording this straight after the last episode, so we've got another sector scan, so we might as well start pushing outward. There seems to be a lot of anomalies in this area here, so we may as well keep going out that way with our scanning. Quite disappointed that we don't have water. Not to worry though, we will find a way around that. Let me see if we could actually construct our refinery while we are waiting for the it produces oxygen. No production during dust storms. Okay. Yes, we need the prefab for that, and the fuel refinery, that would be under production plants, isn't it? Rare metals extractor, polymer factory, machine parts, a fuel refinery. So we may as well begin construction of our fuel refinery just so that it is built. We may put it over here slightly, and this is probably going to become something of an industrial district, because of course once we get water out here, it will be important for us to be able to begin production straight away of fuel, because we will have 2 rockets sitting on the surface of the planet, and that doesn't really look great. Yeah, we may as well just extend it out this way, and so I'm assuming that we need power going to this, as well as water once we start extracting it, and we may as well construct some water tanks. I believe we can do that as well. Let me see. Storages, polymers depot, electronics depot, machine parts depot. This seems to be, well, we need a fuel depot. Let's see if we can build water tanks. Just taking a look through here. I probably should have spent a little bit more time playing this game before, so we may as well construct our water tower while we are at it. We should go somewhere kind of close to here, like that, so that once we do get our production up and running, we will be able to capitalize on it and attempt to get our... Does the water tower need electricity? I don't think that it does. Maybe it does. We'll find out, I am sure. So, we are obviously missing water coming into this facility because we don't have any at the moment, and we are just going to wait on our rocket to arrive. Let's see how far it is. It is already 40, almost 50% of the way here, so we shouldn't have too long to wait before we can start building a water extractor, or rather assembling our water extractor and putting it down on the surface. And I must admit, it is starting to build up quite quickly, and the base is starting to look pretty impressive indeed, even though it is as yet completely uninhabitable. And I noticed that I'm kind of pushing down this way when I said that this was going to be our beautiful
sector scanned, anomaly found.
Ooh, another anomaly. So let's see if we can zoom out again. Yes, we have another anomaly. We'll be able to research these anomalies pretty soon. We may as well queue up that as well. As soon as the Dragon 2 touches down on the surface, we will be able to start. So that is missing a connection. Does it need a power connection? Status empty, capacity 100, output total demand. Warning, must be connected to water producer. Okay, that is perfect. We will soon have that, hopefully, on the surface of the planet. And our rocket has arrived right on schedule, just as we needed it the most. And yeah, we're going to go and just touch it down there. We're going to watch it as it comes in for a landing, probably at enormous speeds. There we go. Touching down gently beside its sister rocket in the area that we have yet to name. I know the area does have a name, but we haven't given it our own little name. I suppose Mars Base 1. And there's our 2 new drones coming to join the team. Okay, so with this finally landed, we can get in and start building our water extractor, which is probably under life support. There we go, our moisture evaporator. So that has a zone of influence, no cable connection. So let's see, we're going to pop that pretty close to... We're going to turn it slightly. The plan was... Yeah, I think that's going to work. We'll be able to run the fuel lines and water lines down to there. Have we got a second one? Yes, we do. And we're going to pop that. Oh wow, these have quite a decent range actually. We probably don't want them overlapping. Because of course they will be sucking air in from the same areas. Do we need an oxygen tank? No, this thing just creates water, I think. So we're going to have to extend our power grid down along this way. And we're going to need to take a connection off it and bring it in towards our little water things, and we're going to need a water pipe. Let's see. Pipes. Okay.
Milestone achieved. Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
Connected to building. Okay, and we may as well run them up along here to about this point, and then we're going to just branch our little connections off there, and there, and we'll also need... Have we got a connection here? Connected to building. There we go. Okay, and we've got that one planned as well. So hopefully, with all of our electricity and plumbing connected up in a rather disorganized looking way, we should soon enough begin producing water. And that building is lacking an electricity supply, so we're just going to accelerate time just a little to see the drones start to create that. Actually, a point about that: how is our resources doing? We have stored power. Our demand is still 17. We have ample power generation, power production capabilities, and storage. So we are waiting for the pipes to connect, and I think that they should have multiple pipes in the system and be able to empty, max output, stored water. Okay, so our moisture evaporator is working. It's producing one. First shift. Okay, so we can toggle them on and off. We're going to leave them on for now and try and build up a little bit of a reservoir of water. And my god, the models are incredible in this game. We have truly industrialized Mars at this stage, and I think our little production depot is full. If I can find it. Yeah, I think that our stored concrete. So we should actually create a storage concrete depot pretty close to this area here, and I've just deselected it. Universal concrete depot, which would make sense here. We may as well assign a second one as well, which will help in giving us somewhere to store the concrete that we are extracting from this little site here. And our explorer robot is idle at the moment, and we can't have that. Just as we managed to get our water sorted out, we have actually found a small deposit of water over here, although piping it down from that distance will be quite a task. We've got another anomaly. Yeah, it would be a lot of piping, and although it wouldn't really be a lot of piping to bring water down from there, but not to worry. We will persevere, and we will have a look at how this is working. Is this working? Okay, daily production predicted 12. Okay, it is producing fuel, and I think that we may need to create a fuel storage depot of some sort, and it's possibly as well to leave that right there. And I think that the rockets will automatically refuel. Waiting to refuel. Do we have to activate the refueling?
Research complete.
Anomaly analyzed, and we've gained some research points or something for that. I think it didn't lead to any breakthroughs for us, so we are going to get our RC Explorer, and we're going to bring him down to that. I don't think we can queue them up, which is a little bit upsetting, and I think after he gets down to there, we're probably going to have to bring him back to the power grid and get him recharged as well. Oh no, I've clicked the wrong button again. some reason, right click isn't cancelling. It's a left click to cancel, and that's confusing me to absolutely no end. We are pretty much up and running, though we do need to see about producing some oxygen for our little colony before we start. Where will that be under? Well, obviously, life support. So, Moxie. Whoa. Hold on up. We're just going to have a peek at that. Produces oxygen. No production during dust storms. Consumption of 2 power. Maintenance of 2 metals. Base production. So, we need to build that and an oxygen tank just to get things sorted out. And we may as well put it pretty close to our grid here. I wonder. Oh, we have found another anomaly. I'm assuming that we can put that kind of close to our existing pipework and that the connections should just work. Incidentally, we will probably build an oxygen tank as well. So we're going to stick that there. We may as well get a second oxygen tank. I hope that we have enough resources. I haven't been monitoring how much resources these kind of things are taking from us. So we are now in production of oxygen, I do believe. Hourly production, yes. So we're going to fill up those tanks with oxygen. Excuse me. And then I think we're almost ready to begin the construction of our first dome, which will probably be, I can imagine, somewhere in this area, which will give breathtaking views. Yeah, I definitely think so. Somewhere in this area here, breathtaking views of the mountains and the beautiful plains of Mars. And we may as well although there are some metals and such there, and it will be handier just to continue this line of production down here. This is going to be kind of our industrial district, I think, which is going to be concerning itself with and our oxygen tanks filling, capacity increasing, stored oxygen. Yes, we are well on our way to creating a sustainable colony here on the surface of the red planet. Pipe leak already. I think our drones will get to that automatically and fix it before we lose all of our precious. So we're losing 2.2 each hour, and we're losing oxygen and water out of that. So, and here come our drones with some metals to repair all of that for us. And the job's almost done. So breakthrough discovered. Okay, so we're going to have a little look at that. Hold on. Okay, good vibrations breakthrough. Domes restore sanity to their inhabitants every sol. Who knew that emitting low-level vibrations could affect the human psyche in such a way? I think we are definitely going to research that. We've also got a little bit of extra research that we need to start queuing up. Advanced Martian engines engineering. Rockets and shuttles require less fuel. Well, that's always going to be a bonus. That's always something that we are going to want. Water reclamation. New Spire water reclamation system strictly reduces water consumption of the dome, which will be very useful to us since we are relying on sucking water out of the air. Rather than digging wells down into some frozen ice. We may get up there at some point and try to... Okay, so this is a underground metals. Yeah, as I say, we may get up there and expand up that way at some point, but for now, and I start to try and tap that water resort. Okay, so we want more depots. How are we for depots, actually? We need to... I think that I'm going to stick in just another universal depot over here, just to be on the safe side, so that we have plenty of space to store our resources. And we are gathering concrete at an incredible rate. Is that battery broken, or is it fully charged? Charge. charging. No, it is just getting covered in Martian dust. Oh no, it is under some sort of repair there by our little drone friend, and he has completed that task pretty quickly indeed. So it may be time to start planning out our very first dome. We do have a large metals deposit over here. Where is our transport? He was supposed to be removing these metals. Resources carried. He's still carrying some metals, so I think he's just going around carrying metals. We're going to deselect him, and we're going to see what the RC Explorer is up to at the moment. His charge is about half, so we're going to bring him over and have him research this. Is he going to move? No, we've selected the wrong button, so we're going to select right. There we go. I'm slowly but surely getting used to controls. So yeah, I think somewhere in this area is where we're going to pop our very first dome, with a beautiful sunset looking out at the rockets, and the landing area, and our beautiful wind turbines. We are still producing ample power. I think we have a surplus of 2.4, which is perfect. And we are power shortage. Okay, so we're getting a power shortage at night. Because of course those solar panels close away, although we do have quite a lot of power stored. Let's see what we have stored, and our power demand is 24, so yeah, I think we can make it through the night with that, and we are still topping it up, so we'll see how that goes. We will consider building some new wind turbines as time goes on. Now, what's our boy up to? So we are going to have him go and unload his precious cargo. And
anomaly analyzed.
Unload here. And we're going to deselect you, and we're going to see what this...
To the barren environs of the red planet that meets the eye. A veritable treasure trove of undiscovered knowledge and wonder. So long as you know where to look.
Even the tiniest, simple-looking rock can contain the answers to mysteries which perplex the human mind for generations. Sometimes it takes just a simple discovery to assure us of the vastness of the universe and encourage us to look beyond. An encouragement to make us look beyond the boundaries of our existence and into the future. In effect, the following texts have been revealed on the research screen: adapted probes, hygroscopic evaporators, low-G drives, and low-G hydrosynthesis, and systematic training. Okay, so let's have a little look at the research screen and see what all of this is doing. So, a polymer factory has been unlocked. Okay, that could come in useful. A low-G drive for robotics, an engine designed to optimize low-gravity environments. An Explorer AI. Okay, we can't go for any more. That's fine. We're just going to let that research carry away there as it bubbles away. And I'm going to see.
Anomaly found. Select a sector to scan.
Okay, and we're going to see just how big our basic dome is. There's a lot of objects in the way. Perhaps our first colonists may be better suited to living somewhere over here. Let's see if we can orientate it in such a way that we can connect the pipes. I don't think we're going to be able to do that unless we try on the opposite side. Try and not collide with everything there. And I think that works. A little bit closer to the industrialized area than I had at first planned, but it will do. It saves on materials and resources, and pretty soon we will be able to bring out our first colonists, I would say. Let's just check on how our ships are doing. Waiting to refuel. Do we have to do something to make these things refuel? Daily production, predicted stored fuel, 1.9 out of 100. Are we... Boom. Our water, our capacity, our stored water is... We're about half full on that tank. Oh yeah, there's a little bar up there. Hourly production, stored water. Okay, I am not entirely sure. Power and water. Maintenance. Okay, so it's being maintained. But it doesn't seem to be refueling our ships. Do we need drones to do that, or do we destroy this building? Change projects. How often this building is serviced by drones as well as share power and life support. Notifications shown for building with low priority. Priority medium. Maybe if we increase the priority. Oh, it is actually refueling. I'm completely blind. It is 40 out of 60. I was reading the little green thing. Yeah, so it is actually refueling our rocket. It would be worth getting that off the surface of the planet and back home to Earth, where it can be serviced and retrofitted and fill up with some wonderful goodies for us. Actually, before we start sending away rockets, it would be advantageous for us to put down, we're getting a nice long auto-saving sequence here. So yeah, before we do actually send that away, it would be worth constructing a drone hub somewhere central to the base that would enable us. Well, we're probably going to often have a rocket there, and I think somewhere in this area would be a perfect spot for a drone hub. I'm assuming it needs to be connected to an electrical cable. Yeah, we're just going to lay it there. It is getting a little bit higgledy-piggledy and turning into something of an industrial looking complex, although surviving on Mars is going to be something of an industrial type thing anyway, since we have to manufacture our own atmosphere. Anyway, I think with that placed and our rocket refueling successfully, I am finally figuring out things. Finally figuring out the mechanics of this game and how to get things done. And with that, I think I'm going to say thank you very much for tuning in. You have been watching Plumber Brown on YouTube, and I will see you next time.